Okay, so yesterday was a little bit of a mind f***. I have to preface this video by asking all of you who are watching this, if you don't have anything nice to say, or you think that you know more than me about this process, or about my age, or about egg freezing in general, or about having children, please just don't say anything at all. This is a very personal process. It's a very sensitive process. And so I just ask you to be kind. Hi, you guys. Sorry about before. I'm a little emotional this morning for a couple of different reasons. But basically, I met with a doctor this morning, which I was not expecting to do. And he did my vaginal ultrasound. And vaginal ultrasound obviously is to look at the follicles. They measure them, they see how big that they're getting, and then they're able to determine pretty much whether it's worth doing the retrieval or not. And this morning, he measured all of my follicles on one side and then on the other, and basically told me that he didn't love what he was seeing. And I didn't really think that it was like a possibility to go through this and not have it be worth doing an egg retrieval. So let me just explain what that means. So the reason why I was on the estrogen patch in the first place was to make sure that all of the follicles would grow equally. I think that's how I want to explain that. So what that means is that the estrogen patch was supposed to not allow one follicle to essentially take all of the medicine. The whole point is you want all of the follicles to grow at the same rate and grow equally in size. I hope I'm explaining this correctly because I'm just learning about it myself. So what the doctor found this morning was that basically that didn't really happen. Basically, he said that I have one follicle that's much larger than all the others on one side, and one follicle on the other side that is much larger than all the others. So what that means is that if all of the follicles aren't big enough, then they can't go in and retrieve the eggs from there. So if I only have two large follicles, then it might not be worth doing the retrieval this time around. And I didn't even think that this was a possibility of mine. I just assumed that, oh, I have, 5 follicles on one side and 4 on the other, or whatever it was, that they would just be able to retrieve the eggs from all the follicles. But it doesn't work like that. If they're not big enough, then it's gonna basically be my decision if I want to actually do the retrieval for 2 eggs. And knowing the percentage rates of retrieving eggs, the likelihood that I would retrieve only 2 eggs and have those 2 eggs even be worth freezing is 50% at best, which means I might only have 1 egg to freeze. Which means there's probably less than 50% chance of that egg going through the freezing process and then thawing, because the chances of that happening aren't very high either. And I've spent a few $1,000s already on meds. And if I decide to not do this round, then I'll have to spend a few more $1,000 next round. Okay. let's just put it like this. If I have 10 large enough follicles to get and retrieve 10 eggs, all 10 eggs are not going to be viable. Some of them aren't going to be fully developed, and some might not make it. So let's just say, I think it's 70 to 80%. So let's just say 70 are okay, right? So let's just say 6 or 7 we freeze. When frozen eggs are then thawed, the likelihood and the chances of them making it through the thawing process are like 50%. So let's just say, and I shouldn't put a percentage on it, I don't know, but some of them aren't going to make it through the thawing process. So let's just say my now 6 or 7 go down to maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4. Then if you try to create an embryo with those 3 or 4 eggs, the chances are that not all of them are going to turn into embryos and be viable to be inseminated to create a child, essentially. So, and then if you want to even throw in genetic testing in there, then the numbers just go down and down and down and down and down. So if you think about, is it worth it to go through this process only being able to retrieve, let's just say 2 eggs and surviving all the things that I just laid out, and then even become like trying to create an embryo and then be genetically tested to make sure that everything is okay, I might not have any eggs at the end of it. So is it worth it to go through the process to just retrieve 2 eggs? I don't know. Is it worth the chance? Maybe. Is it worth me buying another $3,000 worth of meds for the next few days until the retrieval process to only get 2 eggs? Or is it worth it for me to just, at this point, say, okay, well, this round isn't going to work, and just eat the $3,000 or $4,000 that I've just spent on meds and try again next month? I don't know. I honestly didn't even think that this was an option, a possibility for me to be in this predicament. I mean, I'm in a very privileged place of being able to have the money to just say, okay, forget the $3,000 or $4,000 that I just spent on meds and do it again next month. It still sucks. But I guess this is all part of the process. And now I'm starting to sort of understand how much of a toll that this can take on people, because I haven't even scratched the surface yet, and I'm already hugely affected by this. So I'm gonna go cry it out. Hopefully they will call me in the next few hours so I can figure out what to do and make a decision if I'm gonna continue the meds tonight or if I'm gonna stop them and just pick up next month. But for me, I don't know if it's worth going through the process for 2 eggs. I don't know. So anyways, sorry for being a blubbery mess. I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. Okay, so yesterday was a little bit of a mind I ended up talking to the nurse when she called me with my blood results, which is what happens after every monitoring appointment. And then they give me what I need to do for that night, if I need to up the meds or if I need to order new meds or whatever. And then my actual fertility doctor, which is different from the doctor that I saw yesterday morning, emailed me and we had a conversation. And I am going to go ahead and trust that my doctor has my best interest, and I'm going to follow his guidance and his advice. So as of right now, I am going to continue on. He seems to be optimistic, which is pretty different from what the other doctor told me yesterday at my appointment. So yeah, I'm gonna continue on, and I'm going to go in for my monitoring appointment with him tomorrow morning so he can actually look at my follicles and, you know, all that good stuff. So I feel good that I'm going to see him tomorrow, and then we'll probably know a little bit more at that point, and we'll go from there. So he instilled some optimism back into my life. Yeah, I mean, everybody's body is different, and you know, my body might just be taking a little bit more time to react to the meds, which can happen. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. I am upping one of my meds tonight, and I decided that the last couple of nights I didn't need to continue to show you me injecting myself. So I haven't recorded the last couple of nights, but yeah, I guess I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. Okay, so I am to add some more meds tonight. So instead of just 2 vials of the Menopur, I'm adding 3, still with 1 vial of saline. The Ganirelix is being added tonight as a 3rd shot, and the Ganirelix is supposed to stop the eggs from releasing prematurely. So we're adding this tonight, and then I'm doing the regular 300 Follistim. We're ready to go. Oh my God, this has never happened before. Weird. This is the part that stresses me out. I'm gonna be fine, but what the actual F was that all about? The medicine was coming out of the freaking thing. Oh my God, Meredith. Then I start getting in my mind, like, I'm not going to. I'm not gonna do it. All right, last one. Okay. All done for the night. We go in for monitoring tomorrow and I get to see Dr. Klein. Yay. We're gonna go look at these follicles and make sure that they're growing properly. Hi guys. Night 8. We have made it to night 8 and I had a monitoring appointment this morning with my doctor, Dr. Klein, and was it different than the meeting that I had, the monitoring appointment that I had on Tuesday? Very different information. I'll talk to you guys through the 3 shots that I have tonight. I added this shot last night. This is the Ganirelix. This is supposed to stop the eggs from essentially, well, I told you guys what it was last night. Anyways, my appointment today. Oh my God. My appointment today was such a different experience than I had on Tuesday. My doctor, Dr. Klein, is very optimistic about where I'm at. I think Tuesday's appointment was with the doctor. What he said to me was very premature in his thoughts and his, I don't know, his thoughts, because that's all they were, right? Nothing was really proven. What he was seeing, there was no, anyways. So Dr. Klein took a peek at my follicles today and looked at one side, and they all looked like they were doing good. There was one follicle that he saw that was a tiny bit bigger than the others, but not severely so. So he thought those were all great. And then he looked at the other side and there was one much larger follicle, but he said that that's really not an issue because all the other follicles on that side are growing and are, you know, similar in size. So he even told me today that, I mean, I'm going to throw this number out there. It's going to blow your mind because I went from thinking that I was going to have 2 eggs retrieved on Tuesday to having maybe even 12 eggs from the news that I received today. The follicle that is much larger might get overcooked. That's essentially what the doctor said today. It might get overcooked. And if that's the case, then he can see if he can grab it when he goes in there for my retrieval, and maybe we'll freeze it and maybe we won't, but maybe we freeze it and maybe when I'm ready to have children in 2 years from now, we decide, hey, let's maybe choose the other 4 besides this one that's a little bit overcooked. It's not going to affect the other follicles that I have. It's not going to affect the other eggs. So he is very optimistic that all looks well. He thinks that we are going to get as many eggs as we had sort of anticipated before even starting this process. This week has been one for the books. I'll just put it that way. Sting, sting, sting. Ooh. Okay, one down. So, your girl is much happier today than she was on Tuesday. And wildly different. And I'm still trying to figure out how and why that doctor told me what he did. I mean, I had never met that doctor before. He had never looked at my chart before. He had no idea what my process was up until this point. So, make sure that when you're going through this process, you talk to your actual doctor, the one who made the plan for you, the one who set up all the meds for you, the one who has been monitoring essentially your blood work and your charts. I mean, he also made those assumptions based on not having all of the facts, right? He didn't have my blood work from that day. So yeah, let me concentrate while I do this one, because I think I'm gonna have to change the meds halfway through, and I'll show you how we do that in a second. Yep, okay. So this medicine ran out, and I'm glad that this is happening as I'm filming. So I started with a 900 vial, which gave me, I think, almost like 4 days worth of meds, because they always overfill the vials anyways. So what happens is I landed on about 180 or so right here in the middle of this vial. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the new vial in, and I'll show you how that's done. So yeah, I had to poke myself one more time, but it's really not that big of a deal. So this is what the vial looks like. You guys already know what that looks like. So I am going to, let me just make sure it's just one above 175. I'm gonna keep the needle and everything on. I'm gonna unscrew it. I'm going to tap out the vial that's in there. Hopefully it comes out. Why is it not coming out? I don't know. I think I need a hard table. Hold on. There it goes. You just tap it out. This is what the empty one looks like. And then you essentially just put the new vial in like so. This is another 300 vial. And I'll talk about why I didn't get another 900 vial in a second. And so I'm going to wind this up past the number this way, and then push it back in to start again. So I'm gonna just, so if you ever go past your number, that's what you do. You just wind it all the way up and then you put it back in. So I'm just gonna go back to the 170, 180. I think it was that, yeah. So now that's ready to go again. So this is, I mean, it's not tricky, but this is when I start, because I'm on day 8, this is when I start ordering meds basically daily almost. So when I was talking to Dr. Klein today, he said, you're gonna need the same amount of meds until I see him again Saturday, but I didn't wanna order anything beyond Saturday because I might, A, be ready to do my trigger shot, which I can order on the same day and get delivered on the same day. I'll be sure to leave all of my my pharmacy information below. There's 3 or 4 pharmacies that they work with that they suggest, and they all do same day delivery. They do overnight delivery. It's all included in the price. Like, you're not paying extra to have like same day delivery or anything like that. So I ordered, when I got home today, I ordered one more 300 vial for tomorrow, and also one more of these vials because I'm taking 3 now at night. So instead of ordering a whole other Menopure case of 5, I only ordered 1 extra one, which will be for tomorrow night. And then after my appointment on Saturday, they'll then tell me how much meds I need or what meds I need or how much, if I'm changing it at all or whatever. I don't know. You certainly don't need the ice, but I don't know. I just feel like it helps a little bit. And it's not painful. I just like the sensation of having a cold belly. I don't know. Also, when I put the Follistim, I mean the Menopure in, it can sting a little bit, but the slower you go, the less it burns. So anyways, so I'm saying all that to say, I'm ordering meds now. Basically daily. So I won't order meds again until Saturday after my after my monitoring appointment that morning, and we'll have more information at that point as to when I might be having the retrieval done. The pharmacy has been great. I've been texting with them. I don't have to call to place an order. Everything has just been super seamless in that sense. So I could probably be doing these shots a lot faster, but I don't know. I like going slow. All done. Done for the night. I'll likely not check in with you guys tomorrow because you don't need to see me poking myself every night. I feel like that's, I don't know, probably boring. So I will check in with you guys after my appointment on Saturday and should have more information about when I'm gonna have the retrieval. So all good news after today's appointment, thank God. Dr. Klein is amazing. The staff is amazing. So I'll check in with you guys after my appointment on Saturday. Have a good night. All right, so the tricky thing about having your eggs frozen is that you can't really plan ahead, okay? So my best friend is throwing a massive 40th birthday party for her husband tonight, and I didn't think that I was gonna be able to go until I got the phone call after my monitoring appointment this morning from the nurse saying that I don't have to go back in until Monday. So I have a quick 24 hours that I can book a quick flight to Nashville, Tennessee to go to this party. However, I had to go pick up the meds at the pharmacy today, which was about 45 minutes away because they didn't seem like they could deliver it as quickly as I needed. And then I have to travel with meds. So this is how I packed them. I packed them in this like little IKEA mini bag. And as you guys remember, some things have to be refrigerated. So I did a double ice pack with the 2 boxes of Holliston and my pen in here. And then everything else is just in this bag. And if you're wondering if you get stopped when they go through security with this, with the needles, with the liquid and all that stuff, it didn't get flagged at all, and I walked and breezed right through security. So you're good to travel with this meds. So this will be the first time that I'm going to be giving myself injections outside of my own home. So tonight at around 9:15, which is when I've been giving myself the injections, I will be in the middle of a massive party. So I'm gonna have to excuse myself and find a private room or go to the bathroom and mix up the meds and do the injections that way. And then tomorrow I will be on the plane at 9:15 tomorrow night. So I'm gonna likely have to go to the bathroom on the plane, mix the meds in the bathroom, give myself the injections, and just crossing my fingers for no turbulence, and hopefully, you know, all of this will go smoothly and I won't run into any issues, but I refuse to allow this to stop me from living my life.
Customers with disabilities traveling to Nashville are welcome to Freeport.
You guys, I just landed in Nashville and I didn't realize, or I guess I forgot, that it's actually 9:15 p.m. New York time and it's only 8:15 p.m. here. So I need to do my shots right away before dressing and changing and going to the party. Totally forgot about the time change. And also, look, you guys, does this happen often? Like, I'm so confused. I mean, there must be tons of people giving themselves medication. New world. So I'm gonna go ahead and prepare everything. And one of my best suggestions actually is to find the family bathroom. That way you don't have to rush in the bathroom and you don't have to be in a little tiny stall. So I'm in the family bathroom and there's tons of space, as you guys can see. So I'm gonna go ahead and prepare the meds and get right to it. Forgot the needles were in the box. I almost had a panic attack. Oh, I'm a little jittery right now. Okay, we're gonna have to do this one again because I ran out of meds. 275. Good morning, guys. It is Monday, April 15th, and I'm just getting back from my monitoring appointment. Got back from Nashville super late last night. My flight was delayed. I am exhausted, but I also have come to the realization that these meds, the side effects of these meds are to make you dehydrated, and dehydration equals being exhausted. I thought maybe it was just like me not getting enough sleep, but I honestly think that the meds are making me really tired. I also have some bruising on my arms, and I don't know, when they've been taking blood the last few times, it's actually like my arm hurts right now. I don't really know why. But having some bruising there, not too bad, but a little bit of discomfort. And there was also one other thing I wanted to tell you from today's monitoring appointment. My follicles are growing, and I realized that today when I asked some questions, they want the follicles to get to the size 18. I don't know if that's millimeters, centimeters, I don't know, but whatever 18, the size 18 is what we want the follicles to be. So I have one at I have two at 20. I have a couple at like 17. I have a couple at 15. So we're getting there. The bigger the follicle gets, the more the egg develops, which is why they want it to be at 18. Now, if it's only at 15 when they go in for retrieval, it might not be viable to be frozen. So they'll be able to extract the egg, but it won't have grown or matured enough for it to be worth freezing. So that's a little bit about that. She said that we'll probably come back on Wednesday for another monitoring appointment. Thursday might be the trigger shot, and then Friday might be the retrieval. So that's kind of what we're looking at. I'm waiting for them to call back today with the blood work results and next steps. So it's looking like the end of this week, my body is just taking a really long time, which is fine. Everybody's body is different. It just means more meds and more money for me, and that's fine. This is an investment, and this is why I'm doing it. So I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. Okay, you guys, I got the call today. We are scheduled for a retrieval on Wednesday. So I had to order my trigger shot this afternoon. I called my pharmacy to see if they could deliver it same day, which I already knew. I had asked just to make sure that that could actually happen, that they could deliver it same day, and they said yes. So I ordered it at about, I think like 4:30 or so, and it arrived to me by 6:45. I have to take the shot at 10:15 exactly on the dot. I think it has something to do with the retrieval time because I'm going in at 10:15 on Wednesday. Y'all are going to scream when you see these needles. However, I'm going to change the needle to the Menopure needle, which is what my nurse told me this afternoon. So I'm using this needle to essentially draw and mix the medicine. This medicine is called Pregnol. This is it. It's 10,000 units. It was cheaper than the other one, which is why I went with this one, but there are two options. I'm gonna just go ahead and shut up now because I have to focus to make sure that I get this done. I have about 5 minutes to prepare this. I just don't want to be late, because then I feel like I'll just screw something up for Wednesday, and I don't want to do that. This is not the needle. This is not the needle, okay? It's not the needle. All right, we've got one. Well, I guess this is a little bit different. I guess you don't flip it upside down, but is that right? God, don't screw this up, Merideth. I'm so confused. There's still meds in there though. Okay, I guess that's gonna be good enough. I'm nervous. How are you supposed to draw it? Okay, I tried to get as much. This is, oh shit. This is the stressful part about it all. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 10:14 p.m.
Okay, I gotta go. All right, so now we take this needle off. We replace it with the Menopur needle. Cross your fingers, I'm doing this right, y'all. Same spot. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 10:15 p.m.
Okay, it's time, guys, it's time. It is time. Okay. Okay, done. Whew. I really hope to God I got all of the meds. Did the best I could. I don't know what they expect. That was stressful. I'll check in with you guys tomorrow after my appointment. All right, got all of my pre-op instructions. Essentially, if you guys are not familiar with this procedure, it is a small, minor operation. So essentially you'll be acting as if you're going in for surgery like you would any other time. No drinking or eating after midnight. You have to remove your contact lenses and wear only your glasses to the operation tomorrow. I'll meet the doctor. I'll be placed with an IV. The anesthesia that they'll put me under is considered twilight anesthesia, so I will be obviously breathing on my own, but I will be in a deep sleep. And the procedure itself takes about 15 to 20 minutes. Then you are escorted to sort of a recovery room. You let the anesthesia wear off for a little bit, and then you can go home. Usually you can bring somebody if you want to. I'm not bringing somebody tomorrow. I'm doing this on my own. But I will be taking an Uber. I will not be driving. So that's basically all I have to do to prepare. That I'm really looking forward to, y'all, with this being over with this process, is not being tired anymore. I am not a napper. I got too much to do, too many. Life is too exciting to take naps. Y'all. I'm so tired. I just woke up from a nap. I felt like I could have just slept. It's 3:50. I felt like I could have just slept for the rest of the night. Worst feeling for me ever. And it also might have something to do with me not moving my body. Because you know you have to do like light exercises through this whole process. I haven't been doing anything. This process is too expensive for me to try to this up. So I haven't been doing anything. I can't wait for this to be over. It is the night before retrieval and I'm starting to get pretty anxious, mostly because I'm scared of the anesthesia. I have been put under anesthesia once in my life when I got my nose fixed. I broke my nose playing basketball during practice one day when I was playing in college, and they had to put me under to fix my broken nose, my deviated septum. And I woke up out of the anesthesia hysterical, like crying. So I don't think that I handle it very well. So I'm scared about that. I'm also going to be going alone tomorrow, basically because my mom has some things with my dad to attend to, some really important doctor's meetings that she can't make it to New York. And also my closest girlfriends here have jobs. So it's really challenging to find people to come with you, but I think I'll be okay. I can't drink anything after midnight, so I'm getting my last sips in now. And I wanted to just do a quick bloat check because a lot of the people that I talk to about going ahead and doing this, they're concerned with their bodies and about their bloating. Today, actually, I feel like the less bloated that I have been the entire time, and I did the trigger shot last night, and the trigger shot usually makes you bloat up even more, but I don't look or feel bloated basically at all today. Just pull this down just so you guys can see it a little bit better. So not bad. It's 10:30. I'm gonna head to bed. I'm gonna read for a little bit and then I'm gonna get up. I gotta be there tomorrow at 9:45, so I'll likely leave here around 8:30, 8:45. I don't want to be late, so I'll probably get there early. I'm not going to drive because I can't drive after the anesthesia, and specifically because I'm not having anybody go with me, so driving home is not an option tomorrow. So I'm going to take an Uber there and an Uber back. Yeah, I have all the feels right now, all the emotions, the excitement, the nerves, but I'm really excited, and we're just gonna give it up to God and let him do his thing tomorrow and hope for the best and hope for as many eggs as possible. Oh, the other thing that I wanted to tell you guys also is that my bust is like pretty tender the last couple of days and gigantic. I wish they could be like this all the time. Check on you guys mañana. I never wear glasses. It's so funny to see me in glasses. Well, I'm ready to go. Washed my hair this morning, showered. It is 8:30 and I am waiting for my Uber to head to the facility to get these eggs retrieved. The urge to grab my water bottle and have a drink is crazy right now. I'm like, I need to leave my house so that way I don't accidentally drink something that I'm not supposed to. But now I'm parched. I'm hungry. I can't wait for this to be over so that way I can eat. I'm one of those types of people in the morning that like I have to eat first thing. Like we do not skip breakfast in this house. Nope. Gotta eat first thing. My stomach is already grumbling. I'm thirsty. Anyways, I'll check in with you guys when we get there. Yay. Oh my God. We did it. The trip is feeling. I'm excited. I'm happy.
She's like on, like she's already done. She's on this here, at least when I'm here, she's here all the time. It's usually here. Sometimes we know. Weird feeling.
Yeah, I feel like she's quick. Like we had a day that
But we did it. We did it. I'm coming out of the anesthesia. This is such a weird feeling. Oh. Okay. This heating pad that they give you right after is freaking amazing. So good. I'm having a little bit of cramping, but that's normal and it's not that bad. It's not that bad. The anesthesiologist gave me some Motrin, I think. Usually she gives narcotics, but I'm not a narcotic person, so I'm really glad that I didn't do that route, but so far so good. Okay, if you are gluten-free, bring your own snacks with you because the options are pretzels and these little fun graham crackers, but both of them have wheat, so definitely suggest gluten-free, celiac, bring your own snacks for us. We did it. Time to go home. Okay, literally just walked in the door and 1 minute later my delivery of food came. I'm so excited. Okay, just some initial thoughts after the retrieval. I was pretty crampy in the recovery room. They gave me a hot pad. It was incredible. They also gave me 2 Tylenol at that point. Also, I should mention that instead of giving me narcotics through this procedure, they didn't. They gave me Motrin just because I don't feel like I need it, and B, I don't do well with Vicodin or Percocet. So staying away from those really heavy medications, I think is best for me. I don't need them. I think I'll be fine. They gave me 2 Tylenol in the room and definitely crampy. I think my right side is a little bit more crampy than my left. For some reason, my left ovary feels fine. My right one is a little bit more tender right now. Took an Uber home. I felt a tiny bit nauseous in the car, but also because he was doing like one of these types of drives and I don't do well with that. So I think that was just based on his driving style. I'm gonna definitely take it easy today. I'm gonna eat some food because I haven't eaten since last night, and I'm just gonna take it easy. I'm gonna get my hot pad, and I'm gonna stay on top of the ibuprofen or Tylenol every 6 hours just to sort of mitigate and avoid feeling any pain. But overall, I feel good, you guys. Like I feel really good. Are y'all ready for this? Are y'all ready for this? Okay. Do y'all want to know how many eggs that they got today? Let me preface this by saying that there are 2 numbers, okay? The initial number of how many eggs that they got today, and then they'll call me tomorrow with how many eggs that they're actually freezing from how many they got today. Y'all, they got 18 eggs today. 18! Oh my God. Okay, statistically speaking, usually 70% of what they retrieve are viable. Okay, so that drops me down to like 13-ish. Let's just say only 50% are good. That leaves me with 9. What? What? I was not expecting that. Okay, but I'm really trying to not set myself up for disappointment. So I'm gonna cross my fingers that even 50% are viable. I'll get the call tomorrow and we'll go from there. One thing about me, you guys, is that I'm so over sitting on a couch. I feel like I haven't really been doing much for 2 weeks and I don't like it. I'm hoping that I can feel better tomorrow, and then on Friday I can get back into the gym and start my workouts again, because this like resting and laying low is for the birds. So these are all the things that I have to think about. How many of the eggs are going to go through the thaw process and survive? How many are going to then be able to create an embryo and survive? Then let's talk about genetic testing. How many are genetically good? Okay, and then let's talk about implantation of said embryo. you might not get pregnant on the first try. So the number significantly decreases. The eggs I won't end up with 8 embryos that are thawed, genetically tested, and implanted, and me get pregnant. Like, and then also, what if I want to have more than one kid? Okay, so these are all the things that are like racing through my mind, which is why they always say the more eggs, the better. So I'm going to talk to the doctor. We're going to go over the numbers. We're going to do some game planning. And I guess I'm going to have to make a decision before my next period, I guess. Hi, you guys. So this is just sort of the last update to finish off the video. They retrieved 18 eggs, and out of the 18 eggs, only 8 of them were frozen. So I'm really sort of like indecisive in terms of what I want to do next. Do I want to do this another round to get more and hope for 16 eggs? Because again, statistically speaking, the odds of having 8, not all 8 will become embryos, basically, as I've discussed in the past. Each process, the thawing, the attaching to sperm to create an embryo, and then, so on and so forth. It really is a confusing time for me because I just don't know what I want to do. It was a lot on my body, especially with the recovery aspect of it. I think the worst part of this whole thing was just how exhausted the meds made me. I'm now almost a week out tomorrow, from the surgery, from the retrieval, and I'm still trying to get my feet underneath me. So it's definitely going to take some time. I'm easing back into going to the gym. But yeah, I want to just talk to my doctor and see what he suggests and what he thinks, and talk about the 8 eggs that were frozen. But he is on holiday right now. And so I won't be able to talk to him until May 3rd. So I think for now, I'm going to just sit with the information that I have and be super grateful that I have even 8 eggs frozen, which is an amazing thing. The process was definitely a positive one. So yeah, I hope you guys all really enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a lot. And if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, whether that be in the comment section below, or if you find me on a social channel. Like, I'm happy to talk with you guys about any of this process. But for now, I hope that I've been able to educate you guys about the process. I hope that I have been able to inspire you, empower you, all of the amazing things that we can do as women to set up our lives for success. And that's basically why I did this. So anyways, thank you guys so much for coming along with me today. And again, if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Administering injections during your cycle. Once you are scheduled to come in for your first monitoring visit, you should be prepared to start your injections the same day. In rare instances, your physician may determine, based on the results of your initial blood work or ultrasound, that you are not able to begin your treatment cycle. If this is the case, you will be informed by a member of your healthcare team. It is important to remember you should never start any medications prior to receiving your medication instructions. Injections should be taken between 7 and 10 p.m. every evening. It is recommended to take your medications at the same time every day. However, we understand that sometimes life gets in the way. If you are unable to stick with the same time, We recommend taking your medication within 2 hours of the time they were taken the evening before. Giving yourself injections for the first time may produce many different emotions and can be very overwhelming for some individuals. We want you to know that this is totally normal, and we are here to support you. We have supported thousands of women just like you through their treatment process.